Morning. That's me. It's Monday, May 25th. Hi, sweetie. It's around 7:30. I actually woke up at like 6:30, but I just laid in bed because I didn't have to get up because it's Memorial Day. It's a holiday. So, I just like laid there. It was so nice. I love just mornings when you can just lay in bed. It reminds me of when I was a teenager, like on a Saturday or morning or something, and and you can just linger in bed and not have to get up. So I just laid in bed and kind of dozed and stuff for like an hour, and it was nice. But I wanted to start trying to do like a little vlog where I'm doing like a weekly. Well, this lighting here is not grand. Where I started doing like a weekly vlog, starting on like Monday and then like through the week. Because my last couple are kind of chaotic. They're all over the place. I don't even think I talk about what day of the week it is or anything like that. So I thought it'd be good to maybe do like a weekly and just keep track of the actual days. It's chaos in here in the mornings because the animals want to be fed like right away. Especially the fat cat Belly. So today will be a little bit different since I'm not going to be doing my 9 to 5. Actually, my job is like 7:30 to 4. But you know what I mean. Since I'm off today, it'll be a little bit different of a day. My plan is I'm gonna go to the gym because I usually go on Mondays, but I'm probably gonna go a little bit later this morning instead of lunch or after work, just to get it knocked out of the way. And then I'm not sure if I'm gonna do a little bit more yard work because I am working on a rock project on the side of my house, or I also have another project where I want to replace all the contact paper in my cabinets with this like minty green color. I moved in here like 5 years ago, and I have like this, I don't know what possessed me to get this paper. Like, this doesn't seem like something that I would have bought. Even 5 years ago, me. But maybe it was on sale or cheap, or I don't know. But I hate it. And so I've just left it alone for 5 years, but now I'm going to change it. So, or maybe I'll do both of those. I'll work in the yard for a little bit this morning before it gets too hot, and then work on the contact paper thing. I don't know if I'll get it done, and I don't know if that roll's enough to do my whole kitchen. But that's the plan, I think, for today. Definitely gym. Maybe some yard work and maybe some contact paper work. And I do kind of want to just like enjoy the day off because, you know, it's a day off. So I want to like chill, watch some YouTube, that kind of thing. So I'm gonna make me some coffee, do my little morning routine, and then probably, this lighting, well, I just look like I'm so dead tired. I'm not tired, I slept really well. And then get ready and go to the gym. I need to get my steps in today because I don't think I got my 10,000 in yesterday. I think I got maybe like 8. So I want to make sure and do that today. also, I'm gonna make some coffee. So last night I was relaxing and watching a little Charmed, and I was working on a plan for a new workout split. So this week is going to be the same as it was the last week. I'm doing Monday, Thursday. And then the first week of June, I'm not going to the gym because I'm doing Kids Week at my church, and it's like every evening for like 2.5 hours. So I'm just going to like take a break from the gym that week. But I wanted to start this. This girl was talking about this. Let me pull up my, because I put kind of like what she called it in ChatGPT and had it create me a plan. Wait, this is where I'm going to track it. 4-week progressive overload plan. So this is what I told it to do. Create for me a 4-week progressive overload routine designed to maximize muscle growth and strength. 6-day lifting split with 1 rest day per week. 30 to 60 minutes for each workout. The standard split. Day 1, glutes, lower body. Day 2, shoulders, core. Day 3, back, biceps. Day 4, legs. And then it has in parentheses quads and hamstrings focus. Day 5, upper body. Day 6, glutes / lower body focus. Day 7, complete rest day. And I put this needs to be Saturday. So my workout will be Sunday through Friday. So I'm going to try to do a 6-day, a 6-day, 4-week progressive overload muscle growth and strength program. I'm going to start it the 2nd week of June. And so 4 weeks, I think the 4th of July would be 4 weeks. So then it created me, I did this in ChatGPT, and then it created me a program. It gave me like an overview, my primary training, how I'm going to do week 1, foundation week, week 2, volume increase, week 3, intensity week, week 4, peak overload week. And then it kind of gives me like a warm-up protocol. So it said to like bike, walk, or row for 3 to 5 minutes, dynamic mobility for the muscle being trained. And so then I created a second chat and put, tell me some dynamic mobility warm-up exercises for, is this sliding? It is. For each of these days, and then I put in the glutes, lower body, shoulders, core, back, biceps. So, and then it gave me some exercises to do for my warm-up. And so then it gives me day 1. So that it gives day 1, week 1. And then there's 5 exercises. And then day 2, it gives you like week 1, 2, 3, 4, And then this one has 6. So like day 1, week 1. Day 1 is glutes and lower body. The first exercise is a barbell hip thrust. Week 1 is 4 by 8. So I think that's 4 sets of 8 reps. And the thing about week 1 is it says to leave some in the tank. Where does it say that at? Let me go. It even talks about getting your protein in, talking about hydration. Like ChatGPT can create any kind of like planning for you. This is awesome. I thought it talked about maybe that was at the beginning. So I'm excited to start this the second week of June. I just heard a girl talking about, she was doing, what's it called? Joffy Fits, volume 4 progressive overload workout. And she said it like really like kicked her butt and got her into shape. Cause she'd been like training for a marathon and she ran a marathon, but she, you know, when you're training for a marathon and running a marathon, you're not really lifting weights and working on like building muscle, probably actually losing it. And so now that she ran her marathon, she wanted to get back into weightlifting, and she had done this program in the past, and so I looked up Joffy Fit Volume 4 Progressive Overload Workout. I started following her on Instagram too. But I just it gives you kind of the basic of what a progressive overload is. And then I just kind of put that into ChatGPT and had it create it for me. So, okay, so here it says how progressive overload works. Week 1 is the foundation week. You learn the movement patterns, leave 2 to 3 reps in the tank, so in the reserves. So you don't go to fail. Focus on your perfect technique, so making sure that you're actually doing your form right. Week 2 is volume increase. Add 1 to 2 reps per set, or add 5 to 10 pounds to compound lifts, or add 2.5 to 5 pounds to isolation lifts. So if you're doing a compound where it's like a double, like you're doing like a squat and then an overhead press, that's like compound. Or if you're just doing like bicep curls, that's just isolated. And then week 3 is intensity week, and it's push closer to failure, increase load again where possible. Final set of main lift can be as many reps as possible while maintaining form. So that's going to go to fail. And then week 4 is peak overload week, heaviest training week. Keep form strict. Aim to beat week 3 by more weight, more reps, better control. So I was like, I don't know if I can commit to doing 6 days a week. So what I was wondering is if I could start, because I already lift and I have a foundation. I could kind of start on week 2 and then do like every other day. Because I keep using the excuse like I'm 50, but then I'm like, just try it. Just try to do the 6 days a week. And it's a 30 to 60 minute workout, so each day. And it's only 4 weeks also. Like I have to remind myself that, like it's not forever. Look at Olipop. Olipop. So I was already like trying to like figure out a way to make it easier on myself, and then I'm like, stop it. So I think for June I'm going to do this workout, and then it'll be 4 weeks, and then hopefully I'll have a kickstart on my lifting again, because I had started 75 hard in March, and then I think about a month in I got sick and failed it, and I was just like, I just don't want to restart it. So then I was doing like 2-day lifts, 2-day-a-week lifts lately, and just making sure that I hit my 10,000 steps. But there have been weeks where I'm like, I just don't want to go to the gym, and so I just didn't. That's on me. So I'm thinking maybe this will give me just like a nice little kickstart after. I don't want to start it because the first week of June is going to be a mess, because one, I always have to go into the office the first Wednesday of the month. So I have to go into the office that week, and then every evening is the kids' week. So I don't want to add any extra things to myself. Plus, I don't even know when I would do that. Whereas the following week, I can just go to the gym every day. I'm going to start doing some lunch hour gyms, which I kind of did the last week. I don't usually take a lunch. I usually just kind of get in the zone and want to work all the way through the day. So I was thinking I would maybe take a couple days a week and actually take a lunch and go to the gym instead of going after. There for a while, I was getting up early and going before work, and that felt really good too. But with summer, it's like, it's weird because even though it's so dark in the winter, I will get up early and like go to the gym in the dark and all that. And then in the summer, it's just sort of like, I just want to be a little bit more slow in the morning. So I'll probably go on my lunch 2 or 3 times a week, and then go in the evening. Sundays I'll just go sometime, and then go in the evening 2 or 3 times a week during the week. I'll have to figure out kind of a schedule, but I have time for that. But I was wanting to talk about this new program that I had created for myself, so I'll probably share the workouts, because you're supposed to also track your weight and sets and like how you've progressed each week or whatever. So I may kind of do like a little share on my Instagram of the workouts that I'm doing. I did that with my current one that I'm doing, where I'm doing a Monday Thursday split. It's a full body, and I'm still I'm still doing that this week. I had a little protein in my coffee. I'm gonna finish journaling, and then I don't know why I was like, I'm gonna turn my camera on and talk about this new workout plan. Because I'm kind of excited for it after I was like playing around with it and creating it last night. Well, ChatGPT created it. I just kind of gave it some prompts. But it's gonna kick my butt. But I think it will be a good thing. And if I do doing the week, the first week where you're kind of like working on your form and not going to fail, that's going to kind of help me to stay engaged, I think, and not get burnt out or whatever, or like get so sore where I can't go the next day. That's kind of my worry, is that the workout that I'm doing right now is a 2-day split. But like last week, I was so sore from Monday's workout still on Thursday that I didn't go Thursday. I ended up going on Friday instead. So I took an extra rest day in there. So that's kind of where I'm like, if I can't walk, like I am not going to go to the gym. Like I think it was Wednesday morning. I get up and usually do my morning routine, and then I walk on my walking pad for like 30 minutes or so before I sign on to work. And I was just like hobbling. And it was from the, what's crazy is I have a lot of more muscle in my legs. I have more muscle in my lower body than I do my upper body. But I've obviously lost a lot of that. Plus it's like deteriorating because of my age. But when I do Bulgarian split squats, or what I had done last week was the barbell back squats, and that's the one that was just like, my thighs were just, the top parts of my quads were just not wanting to work properly. They're like, stop. So when I was walking on my treadmill or my walking pad, it was like my leg would want to give out. And that was like Wednesday, and I was supposed to go. I was like, I don't know if I can go to the gym the next day. And then the next day I was like, I'm not doing it. So I just went Friday instead. So I still got my 2 days a weekend, but that's kind of my concern, is if I'm doing something. The split seems to kind of go up or lower, and so you're having at least a day break in between, and you're also working different muscles. So I'm just going to do my best. So I'll kind of probably talk more about that once I'm actually in it. But yeah, now I've just talked for like 16 minutes about my new workout plan that's not going to start happening for 2 more weeks. I'm finally leaving the gym. I was there for an hour and a half. It's so nice, like when I'm not like worn out from work or have to get back to work, that I can just like take my time. Look at this gorgeous day. Holy cow. Anyway, gym done, check. Now I'm going to make me some breakfast because I'm starving. This may end up just being a day in the life instead of a week in the life, because I know once I go back to work, I will maybe only pick this up once or twice a day. But today, since I'm off, it's kind of like I'm chatty Cathy. I got this like half loaf of sourdough. I was eating English muffins with my breakfast, and then I got the Dave's bagels because they have so much protein in them. And then I bought like half a loaf of sourdough. I really like it. It's really good. I can see why people do sourdough. I never got into the cooking of sourdough. It just seems too much for me. Like, I'm good with making like a little baguette or a little Italian loaf, but I did not want to mess with the whole sourdough, like where you gotta like feed it and stuff. Like, I don't even know. But I never got into that. But sourdough is really good. Sometimes I'll get it at the farmer's market. The last time I got it though, I got a full loaf instead of a half, and I cut it in half and put half of it in the freezer. And at the time, I put the other half on just on the stove, and I went somewhere and I came home and Oliver had eaten the whole half loaf of bread. So that kind of started where we had to start putting, everything has to be in the fridge or cabinet. Nothing can be out on the counters anymore. Because after he's lost about 50 pounds in the past year, because he really needed to lose some weight, and he's been so much more lively, more healthy, better. But sometime when he was going through that weight loss journey, he was getting pretty aggressive with food. So everything has to be in the cabinets or fridge now. So that was my story with sourdough bread. think I'm going to make some more coffee too because I hear a little kitty. Where is she? Where is she? Where's the little kitty? Sweetie Petey. She's so sweet. You'll never see her if you come to my house because she never comes out when people are around, but only Kyle and I. But she's so sweet. I got these new pans, and the egg game is spectacular with these new pans. I love it. I got these new pans and I really only used one, and then I used a second one last night because I made pasta, but I just use the same one over and over and wash it, put it on the rack, and then use it again. But I don't know, the eggs on when I'm making the eggs in this pan, they're so freaking good. Like, where have you been all my life, pan? Where have you been? I am showered. I am scrubbed. I'm microneedled. And I have hyaluronic acid cream on me. So this is kind of red. I'm pretty red from the microneedling. I probably overdo it a little bit. But now I think I'm going to make me some tea. It's only like 6 o'clock, but I'm already in what I woke up in. Because I'm kind of ready to relax. And I think I'm going to watch an episode of Charmed. And then maybe read. And then probably go to bed early since it's back to work tomorrow. So that's the plan. Hello. It's Thursday now, and I'm going to the gym. I'm going to go on my lunch today because I just want to take a lunch and get it knocked out, so we are going to do that. And then this is the last day of the split that I'm on. And then next week I'm taking a break from the gym because I'm doing Kids Week at the church all week. And then the following week I'm going to start my new split, which I can talk about later on. But headed to the gym. And it's probably, I think it's supposed to start raining soon. And then it's going to rain all the rest of today and tomorrow, most of the morning. So alright, I'm hoping that it's not too crazy busy. It's just a random Thursday at like 12:30, so we'll see. Gym is done. Gym is done. Gym is done.